Section 35.2 Reaction Rates. This is a general chemical reaction. The products are C and D, the reactants are A and B. We can write two equations for the number of moles of the products and of the reactants. For the products, this is the number of moles, this is the initial number of moles, and then this xi is the number of moles of the completed reaction or the extent of the reaction. Now this nu sub I is the coefficients. For the products, this nu sub I can be C or D. For reactants, we need to change the plus sign to a negative sign. This is because reactants are consumed while the products are produced. So now let's look at this xi again. Xi over here and here. Xi is the number of moles of the completed reaction. For example, if xi is 2 moles, that means 2 moles of such reaction is completed. And what does that mean? That means 2A moles of A reacts with 2B moles of B, and it produce 2C moles of C and 2D moles of D. We can use d xi over dt as the rate of the reaction, but it's not very convenient because d xi over dt is an extensive property. It depends on the size of the system. So the more commonly used reaction rate is d xi over dt over the volume of the reaction container. This is because d xi over dt over volume does not depend on the size of the system. It's an intensive property. Given the same reaction conditions, the reaction rate of 1 liter reaction system is exactly same as that of 100 liter reaction system. So again, this R, reaction rate, denotes the change of the molar concentration of the products or the reactants over time. And R is intensive. R usually has a unit of molar per second. So here, this is the definition of R for this general chemical equation. R is dC over dt multiplied by 1 over C. Again, this lowercase c is the coefficient in front of the product C. R is also 1 over D times this D, the exact differential of the concentration of the product D with respect to time. Alright? And also we can use the change of the concentrations of the reactants here and here. But be sure to include the negative sign in front of this dA over dt and this dB over dt, because A and B are consumed